Hello and welcome to episode 2 of 5 Commander Cards. Today we're going to be looking at an artifact theme. So each of these cards is an artifact, and we're just going to go through what makes them so specific or interesting, or at least worth considering for your deck. So let's dive in. Card 1, we have Mind Stone. I know this card was placed in some of the Commander pre-constructed decks, but Mind Stone is a really good card. It's 2 mana for an artifact. It taps for 1 colorless mana, so you can play it whenever you want. But when it stops becoming useful later on in the game, you can pay 1, tap, and sacrifice it to draw a card. In the beginning, having that 1 mana advantage is great, and the fact that you can use it the turn that you play it really makes it a nice, versatile, and quick card. So definitely something worth keeping in mind for a deck that maybe runs 1 or 2 colors. Once you get into 3 colors, you maybe want to dive into stuff that provides more mana diversity, but still worth a thought. Alright, card number 2, we have Contagion Engine. This card has become extremely popular with the new Atraxa deck, but not everybody knows what this card does and what makes it so great. So it's 6 mana for an artifact. When it enters the battlefield, put a -1/-1 counter on each creature target player controls. So first off, you're already nerfing one of your opponent's creatures, like all of them. And then you can pay 4, tap, proliferate, then proliferate again. Proliferate has brought a lot of versatility to Magic the Gathering. Planeswalkers have loyalty points. Creatures have +1/+1 counters. Artifacts have charge counters. Lands even have some charge counters, like the Vivid cards. You can continue to nerf or lower the power and toughness of your opponent's creatures. And you can also even get extra energy counters. So for 4 and tap, if you're running a bunch of this stuff, you can add 2 of each of those on a bunch of different stuff. So definitely a very versatile and powerful card. Alright, card number 3 we have is Meekstone. I used to play this card a lot. I used to find it really funny because a lot of my opponents would play Power, and then dropping a Meekstone really made them think twice, especially in a multiplayer game. Meekstone is an artifact that costs 1 mana, and any creature with power greater than 2 may not be untapped as normal during their untap phase. So if a creature has power 3 or greater, it better have Vigilance because it is not untapping. This shuts down a lot of stuff, and it really makes people second guess how they want to plan an offense. As a defensive card, this will keep your threats at minimal power, and yeah, it's a lot of fun, especially if you're in a tough situation or you want to start playing political. You can make the idea of untapped powerful creatures a scarce thing. Alright, artifact number 4, we have Ashnod's Altar. I love this card. I use it in a lot of different decks, but it's 3 mana for an artifact, and you can pay 0, sacrifice a creature to add 2 colorless mana to your mana pool. Play this ability as an interrupt. Just basically 0, sacrifice a creature, add colorless to your mana pool. If your opponent plays something, you can respond by sacrificing your creature, like a field clearance. Or, if you want to get even more fancy, let's say you're playing a card like Wrath of God or Akroma's Vengeance, use those sacrifice abilities to pay for the spell because your stuff is already going away. So, it's really nice. Also, if you were to play something like Insurrection, it's untap all creatures, gain control of them until end of turn, they have haste or something of that level. You can play it, take control of all creatures, and then sacrifice a bunch of them, add a ton of colorless mana to your mana pool, and then, yeah, your opponents get nothing back. So it's an unfair board wipe. So Ashnod's Altar is a really good card. It also helps you turn tokens into, obscene amounts of mana as well. Alright, and artifact number 5 that we're looking at is Bozium Strip. This card, the writing's a little off, but I'm just going to give you the oracle reading of it. But it's 3 mana for an artifact. You pay 3 and tap. Target instant or sorcery in your graveyard gains flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. So, you're playing like a counterspell. You pay 3 tap. That counterspell now has flashback, so you can play it again. It says the top card of your graveyard is an instant, interrupt, or sorcery. Your graveyard order doesn't really matter, so you can just move the card to the top and you can play it from there. So, it's a really, really fun card. It's an old card that really started acknowledging the idea of flashback, but it's definitely something worth keeping in a deck that plays a lot of instants and sorceries. And finally, we have the wild card I wanted to toss in. All right, we have a Crown of the Ages. This card isn't great for every deck specifically, but I like the chaos factor that this has. It's 2 mana for an artifact. You can pay 4, tap, move target enchantment from one creature to another, and the new target has to be legal. So your opponent plays, I don't know, anything, even something as simple as a Rancor or something larger like an Eldrazi Conscription. They're playing Tron, where they put all the bunch of enchantments on one creature. This card comes in and moves the enchantment from one of their creatures to yours. Or you can start playing political and start having your opponent's creatures gain other opponents' enchantments or auras on them. So, Crown of the Ages is a card that probably no one sees coming. It has specific use, which is why I chose it as the wild card, but it's a really, really fun card if you want to mix things up a little bit. And the fact that it's only 2 mana for the artifact, you're probably going to be playing this early in the game. Even if you're hiding it in your hand, the net cost is 6 mana to move an enchantment from one creature to another. So you can drop this whole thing in one turn late game, steal the game-winning aura or enchantment, and then go crazy with it. So anyway, I'm enjoying making these. I'm having a lot of fun building packs of 5/6 cards and kind of talking about them. So I'm really opening up the comments section to describe or go into whatever you want to learn. So, or whatever you want to see. If you want to see something like an enchantment theme, or a converted mana cost equals 4 theme, or keywords like, exile, or something that has to do with hand disruption or field clearance, or whatever you want to see, post them in the comments. I'll read through them, and that'll be my inspiration every week to search through the thousands upon thousands of cards that I have and to make a 5-card pack of cards you probably didn't know existed in Commander. Alright, so thanks for watching. If you like what I'm doing, leave a thumbs up. Thanks.